Welcome to MHA Foundation. I'm Jennifer Smith. We're here today with Josh Lyons. Josh, welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's great to have you here. We've done so much together over the last several years, and it's fun to get the opportunity to chat about it and to tell the community about it. So first of all, introduce us to yourself. Tell us, how long have you been in Payson? What do you do?
I've been in Payson since 2007, off and on. I was in the Army, in the reserves, and so I'd get called up or get placed here and there, and then I'd end up coming back. And so on and off, I've been here since 2007, so I guess 17 years. I'm a PA. I did some orthopedics for a while, and then ended up working for the VA clinic.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Helping your fellow brothers and sisters.
Yes.
Very good. So your real passion, though, aside from, of course, your work, is the home runs for vets, right?
True.
Tell us about that.
So Home Runs for Vets is an organization that is about preventing or educating the public about veteran suicide or veteran suicides. In part, how we do that is that we believe that we need to increase the softball community and raise, and so we host softball tournaments with the intent to get the word out about veteran suicide.
Are they co-ed softball tournaments?
They're men's, women's, and co-ed.
Very cool. And is that just here in Payson?
It started out in Payson, and then we've kind of expanded over into Cottonwood, but our main flagship tournament, Home Runs for Vets, is here in Payson.
Okay. And it seems to me as though you guys just had a pretty significant win, didn't you?
We did. So part of what we do is that we also try and broaden our reach, and we host or we sponsor some softball teams. And we started with men's, and then we did co-ed. Now we run a women's team. And the women's team recently went up to Montana, and we won Goosetown, the 50th anniversary of Goosetown.
That's fantastic. Congratulations. Yes. So you'll have your custom shirts and jerseys, and yeah, that's exciting. So how did you start Home Run for Vets?
So Home Runs for Vets started because I was working for the VA. And one of the struggles I had with the VA was really trying to help veterans get the mental health support they needed. In the VA system, it's tough because they cycle through practitioners, and so oftentimes they drop out because they're tired of basically telling their story over and over again. And one of the things for me as a veteran that's really helped me to meet people and to get engaged with my local community or that softball community was by playing softball. And so usually whenever I would go to a base or a new place, I would basically go out to the softball field and just try and find a team to pick up on. And so for me, it's always been a real good way for me to just meet people and kind of stay out of my own head and stay engaged and stuff like that. So I felt that in Payson that we hadn't had really any adult softball tournaments for a long time. And so I was like, well, let's try and get some softball tournaments going. And then with that, we basically, because of what I was doing, I didn't really see a need for the money. And so we started a nonprofit. And then from there, we just donate the money to local veterans from whatever we raise for each year.
So given that the goal is really the mental health and probably the social and emotional aspects, I mean, obviously you want to win and you want to go out and play, but it's that social, emotional connection and all of that. Talk to us about how that particular goal, how this effort has impacted that goal and what kind of outcomes you're seeing.
It's really a tough measure as far as the outcomes go, but we do feel that pretty much every year we continue to grow and get a broader connection of teams. The nice thing for us is that we feel like we're kind of the starter base for a lot of softball teams in Arizona. And so usually they'll play our tournaments and some will stick together. And usually if they do, they kind of outgrow our tournaments, if you would, and they start playing bigger tournaments throughout the state. So even here locally is that before we started doing our tournaments is that there really weren't any men's teams traveling at all throughout the state. And currently, there's roughly 3 teams from Payson that are traveling.
Just from Payson?
Men's teams just from Payson. And actually, one of the men's teams just won a big states tournament this last weekend. They just won states with several guys from Payson on the team.
That's really great.
So for us, it's tough for us to measure like how we're impacting people. What we are seeing is that even in our local league is that there's people that are that are they're playing more, so the competition's getting better. And then, like I said, they're even starting to travel and do things other than just stay in Payson or sit home.
That's fantastic. So, well, you know, on behalf of all of us, just thank you not only for your service, of course, but for your service to our community specifically, and to our community of veterans, because we have a very large community of veterans in Payson.
We do.
So thank you for your heart and for all that you do to take care of the men and women who take care of us.
Thank you. You're welcome.